So, Alaa, it's great having you at our upcoming event as a speaker on a very, very important topic. You are a data management senior expert with strong background in power utilities, petroleum, transportation, and defense industries, collaborating with various governmental authorities. Alaa Mahjoub, please can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about your background and experiences?
Number one, it is a real pleasure and honor to speak at the COMEX Big Data and Analytics Conference. Actually, I worked in the command, control, information, computers, and communication systems in the defense industry for about 18 years. And after this, I worked as the head of SCADA and the data management section in the Transco. Transco is the solo power transmission company, power and water transmission company in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. And I worked in this post for 9 years almost. And then I moved to the oil and gas industry, and I worked for ATCO as an enterprise architecture specialist for about 7 years. And after this, I moved to the transportation industry, where I worked as a data management senior expert for Abu Dhabi Department of Transport.
Great, great. No, that's a very, very great background and rich experience that you have. And it's a great pleasure to have you with us. Your session, Alaa, will be about the integration of big data analytics with IoT and industrial automation and control systems to turn insights into strategic and operational business decisions. Can you speak more about the session and all the main points that you'll be discussing?
Yes, sure. I will speak about the integration of big data and analytics with the Internet of Things and the industrial automation and the control systems.
Yeah.
And I'd like to mention that almost all asset-intensive industries can leverage this type of integration to turn insights not only into strategic and operational business decisions, but even into augmented, automated, and autonomic actions as well. When we speak about asset-intensive industries, we speak about industries such as heavy manufacturing, for example, utilities industry, for example, telecommunications, for example, aviation, oil and gas, mining, and transportation, and so on and so forth. Another word I mentioned is the autonomic actions. Then when we speak about autonomic actions, we speak about self-managing physical software systems that learn from its environment and then it can modify its algorithm automatically without any need for software updates. And this approach actually allows rapid responses to changes, as well as enabling management of scale at scale of the complex environment. In fact, automated and autonomic actions are driven by what we call machine intelligence. And in the machine intelligence, machines can behave as customers, machine customers, or they can behave as an enterprise employee, or can behave as employees in the ecosystem in general. And hence, decisions are taken by the machines and exchanged among the different ecosystem players connected via their operational technology systems, Internet of Things systems, industrial automation and control systems, cyber physical systems, Industry 4, smart mobility, smart city, or smart grid networks. In fact, also the asset-intensive organizations like utilities or oil and gas organization, rely on data coming from assets to enable strategic asset management and operational activities. In this context, I'd like to give two examples. One example from the oil and gas industry, and the other example is from the transportation industry. One of the largest petroleum and natural gas companies in the world has connected its SCADA and distributed control systems existing in the field. They connected these systems to a real-time monitoring and control center, centralized one, to acquire the data from the field in real time. And they put in this control system center a big data analytics platform. And this big data analytics platform filters in real time out of the events generated data that is generated due to the instrumentation or interface errors. And this is actually very useful in avoiding misleading results and inappropriate decisions. Having cleansed the data now is high quality data. And therefore, the second step is that the big data and analytics platform is equipped with pattern recognition software, where this software can recognize things such as bottom hole pressure build up during shut-in period and choke position changes in the field. Another example is from the transportation industry, where the Internet of Things traffic sensors are used to acquire traffic data in the large city of London in real time, of course. This data is then used to calculate the derived flow, the traffic derived flow of the traffic, and predict the traffic congestion inside London, actually. Also, the Transport for London used the roadside sensors equipped with artificial intelligence algorithms. And these algorithms are used to count not only the number but also the types of road users. And then this data is analyzed to help better understanding of roads use patterns, such as people cycling habits, for instance. And last but not least, I'd like to add that the security is one of the important challenges when integrating big data analytics with industrial automation and control system, as well as Internet of Things systems. That is simply because the big data analytics platform is an essential part of most of the organization information systems. But in our new digital world, the information systems of the organizations are often connected to customers, connected to partners, connected to ecosystems, and not only to their information systems, but in many cases to their industrial automation and control systems, as well as Internet of Things systems as well, and above all to the internet. So in my session, I will also present a modular architecture that makes such complications easier to understand, easier to design, easier to implement, easier to maintain, and above all, easier to secure.
That sounds really, really exciting, and there's a lot of benefits and value that that can be learned from this and implemented in the different sectors which you've mentioned, from transportation, smart cities, petroleum, security. Are there any other sectors who would benefit by attending your session, and who generally would benefit? Who do you encourage to attend to come and listen to you at your session?
In addition to all types of asset-based and process-based organizations, we mentioned about before, almost all the governmental organizations, even in the financial sector, can also benefit from this session. In general, all the leaders of the digital business leaders, the chief data officers, the chief information officers, the chief technology officers, leaders for the operational technology side, leaders of the telecommunication infrastructure, leaders of the IT, and their staff, of course, can benefit from this session.
Great. We're all very excited to hear you speak, Alaa. We look forward to your session and thank you for agreeing to be part of this event.